Have you been watching my videos and you're like, man, 30A is amazing, but I don't know about that price tag for the square footage, but you still want that lifestyle? Well, good news for you, we're in Watersound Origins today, which is just north of 30A. A lot of people still consider it part of 30A because of the quick and easy access that you still have to the beaches and to the fine dining. And Rosemary Beach, Alice Beach, we're super close to those as well, while still being super close to like Panama City Beach as well, because we're in Inlet Beach. Anyways, it's a great area, tons of amenities. This place is perfect for those that are looking for more of a community feel and less of a like tourist trap, if you will. So today, look at this gorgeous cottage. We are at 654, oh man, I'm gonna forget the address. Did I really just forget the address? You guys, I just had it right in front of me. I can't believe I did this. Hey, just kidding, I didn't forget. It's 654 Breaker Street in Inlet Beach. And thank you to Jeremy Reeder with LPT Realty. Absolutely love collaborating with you and doing videos of your listings when I've already done all of mine. So thank you for working with me. Thank you to her sellers. I'm gonna spin this camera around and give you this super cute angle because this house is adorable. Okay, so I do wanna show you. You've got a double wide driveway, and then you do have an extra space right here to park in front of the house. Hey, go time. You've got plenty of yard space, plenty of parking. This is something that we don't typically see on 30A and is a definite benefit of being here in Watersound Origins. You're still close to everything, but you have more space to just live life. And how cute is this? I absolutely love this, and the vines kind of coming across. Oh, so beautiful. I really need someone to come over to my house and just put finishing touches on it. You guys, I was trying to figure out why my house doesn't feel like an oasis, and it's because I don't have like any artwork up there, no curtains up there, no rugs anywhere. So if you would, leave me some comments down below for the quickest ways to make my house feel like a home, because I am clearly not a real female. I don't have that gift. Anyways, help me. Send me links too. That would be super helpful, seriously, because I am just looking at Amazon for the most part. It's easy. Anyways, back to the tour. Okay, so as soon as we come in, you can either come in through the garage or you can come in through the front door. Okay, I know that it's all windows here, but I absolutely love that while this front door looks straight at the road, from the road, all you can see is this entry piece. So that's giving you a lot of security. For those of you that are new to the channel, I'm AJ Baduke. I'm your trusted local 30A real estate agent right here on 30A, handling everything from Pensacola to Panama City Beach, and with the original Life on 30A channel. I was in the Army for 12 years, so security is a big deal for me, and I absolutely love having natural light and openness, right? But a lot of times when we have these doors like this with these glass panes, it creates a security issue, especially if you have small children or, you know, you're a single woman living in a home and you're like, I don't know how I feel about that. So I recognize this right off the bat, having it facing this wall right here. That means the rest of the house is still pretty well hidden from sight, which is absolutely fantastic. All right, let's get on with the floor plan. At the end, I'm gonna tell you what the price of this property is, so don't go anywhere. This is our first bedroom. Obviously, it would work really beautifully for an office. I absolutely love this window. So pretty here. It's not a huge bedroom, but it's definitely a good enough size for an office or a guest room. And I absolutely love the double doors. It just gives that certain, you know, je ne sais quoi, but you still also have a great closet here. Something else about this floor plan that's really wonderful, it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home, and it's basically split very well between the 3 bedrooms being here towards the front and then the master being completely separate. So when everybody goes to bed for the night, you don't hear anything, right? I'm talking to you, the ones actually making the purchase. Everyone else, they can hear each other, but you don't have to hear them. And really, that's what's important. Okay, if we were to turn right over here. Then you have the garage. This is great because even though us as Floridians, we don't park our cars in the garage. Maybe you're moving here from someplace else and you do. You can pull your vehicle into the garage. This is your attic access, by the way. And then walk straight into the house. I love that they've already installed some coat hangers here for the 3 weeks of winter that we actually get. Okay, but for real though, it was 30 degrees this morning. 30. I'm not joking. Like, I'm moving to Florida. All right, so you come in, you can hang your coat because it's freezing. And then we've got another bedroom here. I really love how they've decorated the place. All right, totally kidding. Clearly they're going to be relocating somewhere. And I don't think I pointed this out yet, but check out these floors. Absolutely beautiful. I believe this is wood look tile. It's got some texture in it to make it really look real, but it's still nice and smooth. It'll clean really easily and it just has a timeless beauty to it. We do have an ensuite bathroom here. Absolutely lovely. And I absolutely love that the tile goes all the way to the ceiling. Oh my gosh. If you guys have been watching my videos for any amount of time, then you know why this is important, right? Kids, they splash the water everywhere. If you have a tub, you're probably gonna have a kid in here at some point. They're probably gonna splash everywhere. Ask me how I know. So having the tile go all the way up to the ceiling just helps so much because you'd be here like, how did they get water there? Because they're kids. I don't know either. It's a mystery. Absolutely beautiful tile, beautiful single vanity with lots of space to the right. I really like this because sometimes when they have it right in the middle, you're like, okay, there's not really enough space on this side for everything that I need. And there's not really enough space on this side, but this way you don't have to worry about putting anything on this side. You can have extra space over here for some larger items. I don't know what those larger items would be, but they're larger items. Here's your closet. Super cute. It's actually a pretty deep closet. I don't know if y'all can reach those hangers, but I cannot. There's a reason this angle looks the way it does. I don't know which of you it was that left this comment. Sorry, it's cold, so my nose is cold. But one of y'all asked if all of the doorknobs in Florida are just tall because of where they are in relation to me. 1, you're rude. 2, no, they're standard height. You're welcome. All right, this I absolutely love. So we have this entryway that continues and it's super wide. So hopefully, you know, other things look wide compared to me as well and not just tall. Otherwise I need to get back in the gym. But this is a nice like entryway to guide us into the public space. It just makes the space feel very, very grand right off the bat. And what's cool is we have another full bathroom here and then a really good sized bedroom. So this bathroom is not an ensuite, which means that everybody that is hanging out in the like public area has quick access to it without having to go into anyone's room. And yet if you have a guest staying here, they still pretty much have privacy going into the bathroom because it's got its own kind of nook here. So there's still some privacy between the public space and then the guest space and bathroom. So love this floor plan. You got a beautiful and large vanity here. Huge mirror, love this. And again with the floor to ceiling tile. And this is fantastic. It's not quite a zero entry shower like I typically like, but it does just have a slight step down, which is fantastic because at least it doesn't have that huge step up that we're used to seeing. The reason that I love these so much is because a lot of people these days are considering multi-generational families and multi-generational homes, right? So if you have either an elder family member or someone that has some mobility issues, maybe they're in the army and now their ankles don't work so good and they just randomly fall down, you know, someone like that. These showers that you can just walk into without having to take a big step over a ledge are a really great safety feature. And as I said, I really like safety. Moving on. We've got the laundry room here. Great size. Oh, and I love what they did with these. Ah, this is what I should have done in mine. You guys, in my laundry room, it's kind of similar to this. They have these things that you can install and it goes up on the wall. So like wall, right? And it's a square and it's got like a knob and then a pull string that you can pull it across to wherever. So let's say we put it up against this wall. And whenever you want to use it, you just pull the string from one side to the other, click it in, lock it, and you have a hanging rod to hang all your clothes. Works really super well. I kind of like this one better. Didn't have to put any holes in the wall. Didn't have to ask someone else to put holes in the wall really, because I can't find a stud to save my life. So I had to have somebody else do it for me. But both are cool ideas in case you also struggle with a smaller laundry room. You're welcome. Absolutely love this nook here. You could do so much with this. They've kind of turned it into a coffee bar and slight storage space, but this could also work as just a little business nook. You know, put your PC and maybe your printer over here so that you don't have to have a full office. Maybe you just have something remote that you don't necessarily need to tend to all the time. This would be a great spot for that. And then we have the kitchen, dining, and living area. And it's super cozy. Not in a like, this feels too tight kind of way, but in a very comfortable, relaxing, homey kind of way. It is a bit gloomy outside today, so we're not getting a whole bunch of natural light here, but typically we would be. I absolutely love this space. So beautiful. And we've got some detail work on all the cabinetry. This is a bit elevated. A lot of times we see the shaker style. These ones actually have, you know, these inlays that show that they're a little bit more pricey than the standard cabinetry that you would see a lot of times. One of the best things about this neighborhood is that you have gas. Listen, y'all, if you're not cooking with gas, you just don't know what you're missing, because it's the best. And then of course your pantry. Oh, I love this. Okay, I don't know who's reaching all the way up there, but it's not me. I'm not reaching up to most of this actually. So I don't know if you guys saw Go Time, my Bronco Raptor. That thing comes with a lift and it's on 37s. And I don't know if I just have a thing about clean windshields, but I keep running out of windshield wiper fluid. But it's like up and over and kind of towards the back. And we already know I'm not going up and over anything as far as reaching. So if I want to swap out, or not swap out, but refill my windshield wiper fluid, I have to get a step stool and bring it out there to the driveway and pour that windshield wiper fluid in. It's just not happening. It's just gonna stay empty until I go for the oil change, which is probably due any minute now. Yeah. All right, so the dining space. They've got a cute little table here. This space could absolutely fit another style table here if you're looking at this and you're like, oh my gosh, we need more space for everybody. Listen, this is just what they went with. You can go with whatever you want. You have plenty of space right here, okay? And plenty of seating space here in the living room as well. It looks so cozy. I'm gonna take a break and just sit down later. Absolutely love the fireplace. Yes, we need these in Florida. Do you remember when I said that it was 30 degrees out today? Did you know they're thinking that it might actually snow this Sunday? My daughter will be so happy. She's been dying to see snow again ever since it happened here last year. Now, this is the master bedroom. So remember, we have all of this space in between the master and then the remaining 3 bedrooms through there. Now, their furniture is a little bit big, so it does make the room feel a little bit tighter than it is. Nothing wrong with that, but in case you're watching this and you're like, oh my gosh, it's kind of a small room for such a big house. It's really not. Furniture does a whole lot to a space. It's beautiful furniture. It's just, they're all very big, beautiful pieces, so they're taking up a bit of space. Again, we've got the double doors going into the master bath, which just gives it this elevated style. Very nice. And then a soaker tub. Oh my gosh, how beautiful is this? Y'all, I am all about a nice tub. with a great view. Hopefully your neighbors aren't peeking in, but you can absolutely put some rain glass here, or even those, I like to do films because you can change them if you change your mind and you're like, oh, I want a different design. I'm never happy with pretty much anything that I put up, so temporary is a bit better for me. I love how they just did one single mirror across the entire thing. Fantastic. Dual vanity, tons of space on both sides. No. Hers, also hers. And then the same style shower. This is a really great size shower. Again, floor to ceiling tiles and that slight step down, not a huge step. And I love the fact that you've got the water control right here. So you're not actually gonna get wet trying to just turn the water on and freeze your butt off because the water is not warm yet, especially when it's 30 degrees out. And they've already got your towel hook here. So as soon as you step out, it's right there, super convenient. And of course, separate tub, love that. Water closet, this is so important. Okay, men, I don't care what you say, it's really important. Make sure you always have one of these in your master. Some things need to remain a mystery. And your master closet. Absolutely beautiful with the built-ins. I love how they did this with the little settee and the mirror there, super cute. That we can do away with. Nobody needs that. All right, just kidding, I might need that. Oh my gosh, look at their closet. Like, I know we're not looking at that, but wow. It's like super uniform. I haven't seen a closet like this since I was in the Army and everything was dress right dress. Oh, you didn't equally space your hangers though, sir. Absolutely love this. All right, so enough playing around in the closet. This house is 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, about 2,300 square feet. And we're gonna go and see the backyard space because we might enjoy being inside quite a bit, but our pets are probably gonna wanna go potty at some point. So let's go make sure that this rug just slipped right up from under me. Y'all almost watched me bust my bottom. Anyways, let's go check out the backyard. But first, I absolutely love any type of outdoor space. So whenever we can have a screened in porch area, it's heavenly. And that's what we have here. I couldn't find the light switch, I'm so sorry. It's just a little bit dark right now because of that, but the entire space is screened in. And the reason that it looks so glorious, more so than others, is because they went all the way from top to bottom. There's no cross bars anywhere, so it just continues to give this very open, elevated feel, and especially with the taller ceilings, so wonderful. And you might be thinking, AJ, why do we need those screens anyways? Well, because here in Florida, we have these little demons called no-see-ums and mosquitoes, and they will straight up carry you away to suck your blood. They're like mini vampires and they're horrible and they leave these giant welts on you. I'm sorry if I'm like scaring you away from Florida. Don't let that be the thing that scares you away, especially when we have screens. These help. Are these kumquats? These things are super delicious if they are. So if you love to grow your own food, totally come by this house. These are beautiful. I love these lush leaves. I wish I knew what this was. But anyways, take a look at the yard. It's absolutely beautiful little oasis. Not too much to maintain, but enough that if you had a pet, maybe an older large dog or a lazy large dog or just a small dog, this would work really perfectly. Or even just some kids. There's still plenty of space back here to play in, hang out in. You've got an outdoor shower and seating area over here. And then this is the path that we saw from the front earlier that you can come all the way through. I absolutely love these little white picket fences. How adorable are these? Absolutely love this space. It just feels like a little oasis, which is absolutely fantastic. All right, I promised you guys I would give you the price of the property by the end of the video. So we're gonna go inside, I'm gonna set you up, and we're gonna talk about the market, the price, and a couple of things that my buyers always ask me about when it comes to relocating to 30A. I'll be right back. All right, so the three things that I want to go over with you are hurricanes, insurance, and then also what the market is doing right now here on 30A. These are the three top questions that I get asked all the time. So I'm going to share these answers with you guys in case you have any questions. And if these don't answer your questions, then all my contact information is on the screen, and I would absolutely love to hear from you guys. I always love hearing from you guys or being recognized out and about, and you guys being like, "Hey Jay," is the coolest thing in the world for me, seriously. All right, so yes, I have my cheat sheet here because there's no way that I can memorize the stats for every property that I do a tour on. It's just not going to happen. I'm actively doing deals, so not going to happen. In any case, let's talk about, I don't need this to talk about hurricanes. I've lived through enough of them to know all there is to know about hurricanes. So all that to say, yes, we have them. We're in Florida. Welcome to Hurricane Central. They're a thing. Please don't leave just because I said that, because they're wonderful, really, because if you had to choose between something that gives you a week's notice versus something that gives you like 10 seconds notice, i.e. a earthquake or a tornado, I'm going with the one that is going to give me the week's worth of notice, because I'm going to go on a little mini vacation wherever I want, and I'm going to stay gone until where I live is no longer a third world country equivalent, right? I told myself after Afghanistan, I don't have to take cold showers anymore, and I have held true to that promise. So whenever a hurricane hits, a lot of times trees are going to take out some kind of power line, or they're going to halt movement because they've, blocked the roads. There's, something's going to happen. You're not going to have AC, you're not going to have potable water, you're not going to have cell phone reception, just things that make everyday life a lot more enjoyable. And I don't want to deal with that. It doesn't necessarily mean, oh my gosh, my house is going to blow away, or I'm going to die, or my pets are going to die, or my home is going to flood, anything like that. It just becomes really inconvenient for the most part. So are there a lot of people who play like #FloridaMan and ride it out? Absolutely. And you see the Publix and Walmarts go completely without toilet paper and adult beverages for that reasons. And they have, hurricane parties. And you know what? God love them for real, because they'll go check on your property while you're enjoying, a 5-star hotel or Airbnb, away from all of that mess, enjoying your air conditioning, especially if you have hair like mine, the humidity, it's crazy. Those, wonderful #FloridaMan will go and check on your house for you. So you can call and check on your house and see what the damage is like and when you should come home. So yes, hurricanes happen, and it's better to leave. If it's a Cat 2 or higher, way better to leave. We have all kinds of tools to protect and safeguard your home while you're gone. Ask me about them, okay? I can provide you with links. So much better than, trying to pin everything down in your house in case of a tornado or an earthquake. So how do hurricanes impact your homeowner's insurance here in the Panhandle? Well, I've heard it's actually not that bad. Now, in the event that you are in a flood zone, that's basically going to double your premium, because it's a whole separate insurance policy, right? You have your standard homeowners, and then you have flood, right? And they're basically going to cost around the same depending on whether it's needed. If you don't require flood insurance, like you're not in a floodplain below flood zone X, it's going to be considerably cheaper. Doesn't hurt to have it just in case. But if you're below flood zone X and you're using financing, then you're going to be required to have flood insurance. I don't know why you wouldn't want it if you were paying cash. We have no issues getting insurance for our clients. We do this all the time and never an issue. I sold 30 houses last year and everybody got homeowners insurance, whether I was representing the buyer or the seller. The sellers already had insurance and their buyers purchased homeowners insurance, so I represented the buyers and the buyers purchased homeowners insurance. So we have no issues whatsoever as far as having vendors here in the state that will provide policies here on the water, close to the water, in a flood zone, what have you. So if you've heard, oh, you can't get insurance in Florida. Nope, not the case. All right, let's move into the market and where we're at right now. So this property is currently listed at $1.195 million. We're at 2317 square feet, and it was built in 2014. Now, as far as the competition, there are actively 10 properties here locally. We're talking about, comparable type properties, at least in the same area. So 10 properties with an average of 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, average square footage of about 2,500, and their average price of 1.157 million. So, and they've been on the market for about 55 days. Now, as far as what's pending right now, so anything that's on the market but under contract right now, there are 7. They average 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, with an average square footage of 2,600 feet, with an average price point of 1.135, and they've been on the market for about 10 days. We're already seeing a trend here, yeah? And then as far as what has sold in the past 90 days, there have been 20 properties in the area with an average of 4 beds, 4 baths, an average square footage of 2,700 square feet, with an average price of 1.16 million. And they were on the market for an average of 244 days. So, I have 2 separate notes here. One saying that this property is 2,317 square feet, and one saying that it is 3,000 square feet. And I kind of feel like the 3,000 might be right. I'm going to beat up my assistant later, but we're going to get to the bottom of this. Okay, I was right. He was right in the first part. It's 2,317 square feet. He lives another day. All right, so what are we seeing now? As far as what's active on the market and then what is pending, we're seeing the prices being a little bit lower than what we're currently priced at. That does not mean that those properties were equally nice or of the same caliber of this property. We can't know that with just these numbers. But what we are seeing is that properties listed for lower are selling faster, right? We've got 7 properties right now that were only on the market for about 10 days, right? Versus what sold previously was on the market for 244 days, but still more square footage, lower price. So the thing to take away from that is pricing is everything right now. We've kind of been in a bit of a buyer's market for a couple of years now, really. I want to say since almost like the end of 2023, if my memory serves me correctly. So great time to be negotiating. If you see a property on the market and you're like, okay, I love it, but not for that price, make the offer. We have a huge disparity between sellers right now. We have some that are like, hey, listen, I just want it gone for whatever reason. They want to move on with their life. Who knows? It doesn't mean there's something wrong with the property. It just means they want to sell, right? People are free to live their lives. And they're like, I'll even take a loss. But then on the other hand, we also have some delusional sellers that are like, hey, I'm only going to sell if I get this number. I don't even care if it appraises for that. It's just not worth it to me to sell it for less than this number, and I'll keep it on the market for years until I get that number. So you never know which seller you're going to get, and you might even get the one that says, hey, I'm not going to sell unless I get that number. But it's a whole, I always tell my buyers this and other agents whenever they approach me with writing offers for my sellers, it's a whole lot harder to say no to something that is in writing. So getting a verbal no, it's very easy, right? It's super easy. I don't have anything in front of me. It doesn't really exist. So I can just say, no, I'm not going to take that. But then if you provide me with a contract and all I have to do is say yes, and that gets me closer to my goal, even if it's not exactly what I'm looking for, it takes a bit more thought. It's real, right? There's a potential for something to happen. So my advice to you is if you're currently in the market to purchase a property and you see something that you really like, but not for that price, at least write the offer. Maybe it doesn't work. It didn't cost you anything. Just write the offer. I hope this was super helpful for you guys. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and ding the bell so that you get notified every time I do another video. And if you're having difficulty sleeping and you're like, oh man, I really thought that AJ would put me to sleep, you can go ahead and click over here and watch some more videos, and maybe one of them will be a little bit more boring. Otherwise, I'll see you all the next one. Bye.